Today on the channel, perhaps the most consequential unboxing of 2022, we have Haslab Galactus, or the way I got it figured.
The way I got it figured.
Alright guys, way I got it figured, back with another Marvel Legends review. This time, the Haslab Marvel Legends Galactus figure. I got mine on Hasbro Post like everybody else, and I wanted to give my impressions of this once-in-a-lifetime action figure set. We have Galactus in his heralds, Frankie Ray, also known as Nova, Silver Surfer, and Morg. And this thing is beautiful. The box art was chosen by the backers of the Haslab. This was the one that I actually picked, of course. And it obviously won out on the options that they had available. He comes boxed in a box for maximum safety. So here's the side with the Ta-esque, Kirby-esque illustrations. And the back of the box, which people have said they don't know what to do with, but it's almost like a backdrop for Galactus. So his world ship, it's like part of his world ship, and he's standing on some planet that perhaps he's going to eat. Looks like a whole bunch of other planets out there maybe he could eat too. So that is the box. It's matching on both sides with the Kirby-esque artwork. And then the top of the box says Galactus, Marvel Legends, Haslab. So that's the entire box. So we're definitely going to go off screen to get him out, but that's where we will start next. Okay, so after opening Galactus with precision and care, here he is, still packaged, of course, in the styrofoam, with the figures that he comes with, which I already mentioned were Silver Surfer, Nova, and Morg, or Frankie Ray, but, you know, it's Nova, despite movies and other things. So Galactus has several accessories, of course, the Doom head, the faces that you can customize, his antennas, the Silver Surfer, and then here's each of the figures in turn. And that's what you get. I know a lot of people seem to be upset that you're not getting card backs or whatever for the figures, but I mean, they never said they were going to do that. They never marketed it that way. And yes, G.I. Joe gets card backs, but to me, that's like a deterrent to even opening them. You know, once in a lifetime figure like that, sometimes you just want to leave it on the card. So I actually like the fact that they're not carded. You can always put them back in this in the container, in the plastic containers here that they come in. So that's how I would prefer it. You know, we have other Haslabs to consider. I know the His Tank and the Sky Striker have carded figures with them. I'm gonna open Cobra Commander. That's just gonna happen. So, you know, it's not a deterrent for me, but I totally can see it being a deterrent for other people, because I feel some kind of way about it. But that's the Cobra Commander for my collection, so I'm going to want him to be loose. But enough about that. More on that later. Today is Galactus's day, and that's what we're going to get into. So the next thing I'm going to do is remove him from the package and go over the figure. Okay, so here we have Galactus out of the packaging. He comes, you know, entombed, almost mummified even, in his package, and you know, I'm very appreciative of how they shipped him. I have the Haslab Galactus. Excuse me. I also have the Haslab Unicron, and they did a very impressive job with that as well. So you can see kind of the close-up details. He's a giant pinless Marvel Legends figure. His articulation mirrors that of a Marvel Legends, which you've come to expect from a Marvel Legends figure. He has, you know, he actually has something of an ab crunch, which I'm crunching his abs here. Arms out, swiveled. Bicep swivel. And the ratchets are, as you no doubt seen in other reviews, they're very, very strong. He has ankle rocker, ankle tilt, pinless knees. You can look up to a degree. You can look down to a degree. But, you know, it's Galactus. He doesn't need to really do much of any of that. Most people are beneath his notice. I really wanted to keep him in frame with the backdrop, but it's just impossible. He's just massive. I don't have the Haslab Sentinel, but I understand he's about a head taller. Bendable knees. Knees bend. As you can see. He's really like a giant posable statue. This is, you know, he's awesome. The detail is impeccable, but it's definitely some work to, you know, move him around and pose him. So, but I suspect a lot of, you know, folks will do is find a spot in their collection for him to kind of sit in perpetuity, or, you know, close to perpetuity, and have him posed out that way. Where he really shines on articulation is in the hands. So his hands are very well articulated. You can, you know, there's, I mean, I don't even want to count how many points of articulation there are on his hands, but all of his fingers are articulated, all 10. So you can, ball his hand up into a fist, pants there. And you can sort of, you know, have him about to unleash some cosmic power. And you know, he's pretty much all of it, man. You know, I don't know. It's gonna be difficult to this video is gonna be a challenge. It's a challenge already. You can't really get them all in the frame all at one time. So yeah, so that's Galactus. He has battery operated lights in his chest and in his head, and it requires AAA batteries. And unfortunately, I forgot to get some AAA batteries before I shot this video. So I'll probably do later like a supplemental kind of video showing the lights and effects. But as an overview of Galactus, this is what that'll be about here. And I mean, you know, there's the level of detail they put into this figure is second to none. It's about as equally detailed as Unicron, and you know, I'm happy to have him in my collection, at least for the short time that he'll be in my collection. I actually backed Haslab Galactus, and don't get me wrong, I love Galactus. You know, Galactus is definitely one of my favorite all-time villains, or cosmic beings in Marvel Comics. But you know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime item, and so, you know, I figured I could sit on it for a year or something, and it should probably hold its value, maybe a little more, and use it to invest in something else, maybe another Haslab down the road, something like that. But between him and Unicron, there's just nowhere, you know, for him to stay in my collection permanently. It's just not possible. But he would be the crown jewel. I mean, he's the, you know, he is the crown jewel of any Marvel Legends collection. There's just nothing else you could possibly put above him. He is cosmic in a word. He is majestic in another word. He is Galactus. So I'm going to do an unboxing of his heralds next. Do some comparisons perhaps, and we'll get right to that. All right, so we're going to cut it off here for part 1. In part 2, I'm going to go over the light and hidden faces of Galactus, as well as the Silver Surfer and Frankie Ray. And I will be continuing the Galactus unboxing in a second video. Everybody stay safe out there. See you soon.